this is how modern cars should have looked like. All the new cars suck. Yeah, they're much safer, much more comfortable, but they lack one major thing: soul. This car is a piece of shit, technically, but visually, this is a masterpiece. This is where cyberpunk meets real life. And I don't know anyone who would say that this is an ugly car. Weird? Maybe. But if thinking outside of the box is now being weird, that is a sad world to live in. And even though this car is indeed a piece of crap, driving this car beats every downside it has. And this is definitely the weirdest car I've ever had a chance to drive. If I want to see anything, I cannot do that, because after this point, I can see anything, and if I want to look at my mirrors, this huge metal part on the window blocks all the view, and the mirrors themselves are really small. But this car is not for making you feel comfy and nice. This car is for making you feel special. And for me, cars are not just boxes of metal and plastic. For me, it's a part of my personality. And now I choose cars as if I was choosing a song to listen to, which would never be a boring song, as well as a boring car. And this is not my car. As you could notice, there are a couple of brand tags, but even though this is not my car, I still feel very much special. And I'm not even talking about the amount of attention I get while I'm driving this car. I'm talking about the emotions that I have. My inner child just screams at me like, yes! This is exactly that car from the Back in the Future film that I loved so much. And I'm driving this car. Can you imagine that? Fantastic. And I cannot name you a single brand new car that I really enjoyed driving in the last 5 years of my life. And the reason is quite simple. They're boring. Nothing about them is special. Awful designs, zero colors, bunch of plastic that gets worse and worse with each passing year. And this car, DMC DeLorean, was built back at the times when people cared about some interesting designs, when people had a competition of creativity. But now all the new cars are only about the size of the screens or some subscription-based features that they always can turn off if you don't pay for them. Yeah, the doors. The famous gull-wing doors that look absolutely insane. And this is how I imagined all the cars would look like in the future. But these doors come with a price though, because even though the car looks fascinating, the quality is rather questionable. Because everything that can break in this car most likely will. This door, for instance, doesn't open from the outside. So if you want to get in, nah, you need to go like this, find a lever, and open the door. Welcome. But who cares about the handles, doors, when the worst part about this car are the windows? And the person who designed this car did a fantastic job. But what do you have against breathing? In addition, this particular car has a very poor air conditioner. Right now I'm in Paris. It's 35 degrees Celsius and I feel like I'm in a freaking sauna. Those tiny gaps on the windows are less than nothing. And I feel like if I'm gonna drive this car a little bit longer, my sweat will stay here in this car forever, till the end of the times. Yeah, the sweat is annoying. Hot days are devastating. But what exactly would I remember from driving this car? My sweaty ass? Terrible view, or maybe the broken door? No. What I will remember though are emotions. The feelings that I felt while driving it. So why they stopped making cool cars? And I get it. They make cars that people will buy. Not everyone wants to be in a sauna or not being able to see a damn road. Me? Absolutely. And I wish we could bring back some interesting car designs for the car enthusiasts. We still exist and we are ready for your visions. Not you, Jaguar. That was bad. Really bad. Anyway, this is my one and maybe the only chance in my entire life to drive this car. So this is exactly what I'm gonna do.